So, one of the primary slights of an ambitious card routine is the infamous double lift. Now, I don't care how you do your double lift, but it always starts off, let's say somebody picks a card, and I like rippling like that and getting them to stop. However, you can quite plainly spread out the cards and have them touch one, or you can go like that to kind of set them up for something like that a little bit later. So let's say they've selected the 10 of diamonds and they've signed it. It's very, very strong if you get them to sign it, therefore they know that it's their card throughout the whole routine. Let's say they select the 10 of diamonds. And what I'm going to do first, instead of the double lift, is showing you how to control a card to the top. So I'm going to cut off about 3/4 of the pack, like so. Going to place that 10 of diamonds actually on top. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to, with this thumb, the right thumb, make a bit of a break. So I'm going to lift off. I'm also going to hold a pinky break here. With a pinky break, I'm going to break off about half or less of this lower part. So having the little finger break helps in that process. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this bottom part to the top and then the other part to the top, which actually contains the original selected card. So we'll do that again. You butt off 3/4 of the pack. They place their card there. You maintain a little finger break. And just below the finger break, you break off about half the lower cards, maintaining it with your thumb. You take that lower third, bring it to the top, and then you bring this other third to the top. Like so, it looked a bit sloppy, I did it sloppily, but that's the way to bring it to the top. And it only looks like, in real time, it only looks like you're cutting the pack a couple of times. It looks like the fairest thing, but you've actually secretly brought the card to the top. So, once you've brought the card to the top secretly, it looks as if, in real time, they've signed the card, it's brought into the middle like so. Then you do your double, and your double you prepare like this. I like to get 2 cards off. The first card is an indifferent card, the top card is a 10 of diamonds. So while I'm pattering and talking, I'll slide these 2 off and have a little finger break. I'm exaggerating it here. My pinky break is beneath the 2 top cards. However you manage to do that, you might want to just secretly riffle off 2 cards, the top 2 cards, maintaining a pinky break, but they'll never see that you've got one. It doesn't matter. And what I like to do, this is more my move, is I like to pivot. It looks like the top card, pivot it around a couple of times just to prove that, you know, it is apparently the top card. Then you go rise, 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 and you actually show in the same motion the top card, which is their selected card. So a little pinky break again, the whole little pinky break, and this time, instead of doing the double lift, you take their selected card with the finger break, the pinky break there, and you push with a corner of their selected card the middle of the pack. So it looks like you're actually pushing their selected card into the middle of the deck because those cards get out jogged, but then really you're placing it second from the top again. I think you'll agree the illusion is perfect. So we'll do that again. A little finger break, their selected card, push, and it looks like it's in the middle, but really it's second from the top. Then what you could do is actually show the top card, maintain a little pinky break under the second card, which is the selected card, say rise, 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 then do your double and show that the 10 of diamonds has apparently risen to the top. That will gain a lot of applause. Then what you do is you place the double back on top. You take what they think is the 10 of diamonds, but it's really the indifferent card. 10 of diamonds is on top. You riffle through, you place it into the middle, rise, 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 and believe it or not, there is your 10 of diamonds to the top. That's a really simple and effective way of doing an ambitious card routine. You do a double, you secretly get the selected card to the top. I've shown you how to do that already. You do your double, you do what I call the butt. the center butt, which looks like you're actually putting the card in the middle, but you're putting it second from the top. Those are 3 or so basic moves that are incredible, they're easy, and they will help your ambitious card routine. This is really, really cool as well. It's a way to force a card, but in fact we're forcing 4 cards for the 4 ace effect and also for the color separation test. And the basic force goes like this, and you can apply it to anything. As long as you know what the bottom card or cards are. In this case we've got the 4 aces. Sometime during the routine I culled them to the bottom in the act of pretending that I'm looking for a card and then kind of giving up, but I've really put the 4 cards there. Or you can have it pre-set up in your card box and put the cards away just above the 4 cards, and then decide, okay, I'm going to do this, I'll do one more card effect, and then you pull out the pack with the 4 cards loaded to the bottom. But anyway, you've got your 4 cards at the bottom, and this is really cool. I believe it's a Day or Die Vernon subtlety. And you get them to touch the back of any card, any 4 cards. If you want to force more than 4 or 5 cards, then you'll get them obviously to touch 4 cards, or 5 cards rather. Then what you're going to do is you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, and have a little pinky break, which is really important, above your 4 aces. As you're straightening out the cards, you're pivoting them to the left a little bit, the indifferent cards that they selected. There's 4 there in all. And then what you're going to do is you're going to lift the whole packet above your pinky break. Some of them may fall, it doesn't matter, some of them may not. But you got your 4 aces here, you got your pinky break, you're lifting up all the cards, and then you're grabbing the 4 cards, which they culled, which they picked, and then you're butting them. So it looks like all you're doing is you pull those 4 cards that they selected, that they touched, but really they're on top of, with a pinky break, your 4 aces. And then what you do is this upper section of cards grabs with your thumb and the remainder of your fingers these cards like so, and pulls them away. So now they're at the bottom secretly, but it merely looks like you displayed the 4 cards they touched, and you covered for a second the actual 4 aces, and the rest, as they say, is history. The rest is just acting. How amazing that is. So it seems like the spectator randomly selected 4 cards, and they turned out to be the 4 aces. And finally, I want to share with you the 4 coin matrix effect. And rather than using the 4 cards, I've come up with Mylar, clear Mylar, so you can really see what's going on instead of the cards kind of hiding everything. So let's say you produced 4 aces and 4 coins. You can also use kings, queens, any denomination, all 3s, depending on your routine. So we'll place these off to the side for now. And let's say you've produced as well the 4 coins, or done a few coin sleights. There's a finger palm. That looks really good. You can duplicate that if you want. And here's another cool sleight. It's called a finger clip. You can use that in a few things, but right now we're going to do the matrix. And so what you're going to do, let's say you've got your 4 aces here, just for the sake of argument. When you're placing the first card down, you're actually lifting up. You're lifting up and behind the coin, the first coin. When you're dropping the next card down, you're actually dropping the coin. At this point you can continue on. Card, card on top. So what you're left with is 1 missing there, 2 there, 1 there, 1 there, as you can obviously see. Then you're going to pick up this card, but you're also going to pick up the coin. And you're gonna, if you want, casually, you can show both hands like that, as if there is nothing there, but there is. And you go, you kind of flick the cards, you deposit this coin down while at the same time lifting up this coin. And then you can show that that coin supposedly has traveled there. I leave that card there, thus leaving this hand free. Same thing goes on here. Try to duplicate. Try to make twin movements of your hands. You lift up the thing, you deposit the third coin, flick, and they'll be so surprised that the third one has traveled there. Finally, you could show both sides. You carefully leave that fourth card there. Your dirty work is done already. You can flick, show the coin is gone, and of course there are all four assembled. In real time, it looks like this. So we'll have our, we'll have our coins, and the more you practice this, the better you'll get at it. You could show your 4 aces if you want. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do this. Boom. Very, very cool. Boom. Very, very cool. And boom. All 4 coins have been deposited there. That, my friends, is your matrix. Three, two, one. Let's do a few coin sleights just to kind of get you started. If you're really serious about coin magic, there are tons of books and videos on the internet. Again, Jay Sankey is a great teacher of coin and card magic and mentalism, so I highly recommend you check out his site. Let's do a few neat coin things. I think I'm actually gonna grab a different one in preparation. Yes, let's do this. Let's place a dime there too for the difference. So let's say you're going on about coins, etc., and you can do something like this. You can show the coin. Whoops. You can, let's see if I can remember how to do this now. You can, I think I find it easier with this hand. So you show your coin, you rub it, and lo and behold, it has changed. Now another way to do this, if you really want to make it obvious, is to show the coin and really have it change, say change to a dime. The greater the change, the more obvious the change, obviously the better the effect. And what I'm doing is an effect called Spellbound. And Spellbound is really, really easy. You're in essence holding a coin like this between your thumb and 4 fingers, and you're going to just drop the coin. You're just going to drop the coin at the appropriate moment. You're going to drop it into your fingers. So you bring secretly in finger palm or just however the other coin, put it into view, and then just drop it. So the exposed view is this. As you come, I'm going to not put my fingers there. As you place this in front, you drop the quarter down and your thumb retakes the larger coin. So you pretend to rub, you really drop, and there it is. The change is complete. We'll do it the other way around. I like that as well. Now another neat change, they call it the Bobo switch, but I thought I invented this, but we'll do it. It's called the Bobo switch. And you can show one coin like so very freely, toss it into your hand. I like to snap my fingers, and lo and behold, it changes into a dime. You can make that into a coin effect by itself, kind of like a spellbound effect where the coin is magically changing from one to the other, or you can use it secretly in conjunction with other moves. I did a ring trick a little bit earlier, and it looked like I put one ring in, but I really put another ring in, and so forth. So it's a great utility move, what we call a utility move, the Bobo switch. That's really cool. Let's get into some basic palming. Now I hate the standard palm because it never really looks natural. So what I love doing is a finger clip palm like so, because then your hands do look natural. In the act of supposedly passing one coin into the other hand, it really vanishes. You've done this. Boom. So you're just holding on to it, you're just retaining it. These fingers get in front. Another one is what is called a put. And it looks like, whoops, it looks like you're placing it into your fingers, but you're really not. You're just retaining it. That looks less convincing. Another one too is a thumb or crotch palm. This is the mechanics of it. It's kind of similar to a thimble move. If you had a thimble there, you would just bring it up and hold it there, take it off your finger. But in this case, it looks as if you're placing the coin into your hand, but you're not really. You're just keeping it in clipped position, like so. Again, it looks pretty cool. I've done this move a million times. I think it's way more convincing. You can do it secretly to make it seem like you're doing something. You can ditch this coin and eventually show both your hands empty. It's really cool. Another and final one that I use extensively is a finger clip. And this you're going to have to practice quite a bit. You're essentially using this finger, you're holding it like so, and you're using this finger to back clip it. Now to cover this movement, sometimes I'll bring this hand into play. I'll make it seem like I've taken the coin off and it's gone, and then I make it reappear there. Then I do that again. So I'll do that with small objects as well. It's really cool. There's also a coin move that's very similar to that. So combining a few things, you can do that and show both hands empty, and then rub, and there is the coin. So I'm combining finger palm, getting it into back clip position as I'm opening both hands to show a similar thing.